Hey, welcome to day 1310 of What Ships You Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business over a quarter century in corporate America, actually working for some of the coolest corporations on the planet, and simultaneously 47 plus years, probably 48 now, running different businesses in at least over a couple of dozen different industries. 27, I think I quit counting at 27. I didn't count when I came online the different businesses and industries I've been involved in and worked with. So I just counted the ones I did before I came online. So documenting this journey as I transition into the online world, and then also applying that to the offline world as well. So what am I doing? I have found that my entire life I've been attracted to challenges. So I've sort of slipped into the mode of challenger. I do a lot of challenges. I lead a lot of challenges. I've totally lost count. I should probably go back and count all the challenges I've done in the last 20 years, much less in the last 4 or 5 years since I came online. I've done a lot of different challenges and led a bunch of different challenges. Today is the final day, day 31 of our 8th version of the Get Up and Go Challenge. Started the Get Up and Go Challenge 2020, April of 2020, beginning of the whole COVID pandemic thing. I was like, what are we going to do about this? This happened. This is happening. Things are shut down. Everybody's got to change and pivot and figure out what they're going to do now. And it's not just going to be the 2 weeks we were promised in the beginning. It's going to be a whole month. At least it was in the state of Wisconsin. So in order to figure out what I was going to do, I started doing a challenge. I challenged myself to get up and go every single day. And the Get Up and Go Challenge was born from that. Today was day 31 of this 8th version of that, and we just finished it off. Didn't finish it off super strong, just shared the rating system and talked about how we can make transformation automatic by applying this simple little SOAP framework, which kind of tied into our Supersize Your Business topic for today, which was all about habits. How do you kick the habit? How do you break bad habits? And actually shared 15, probably 16, probably closer to 20 different ways and strategies that you can use to break habits. Of course, based on one of the models of how to form good habits, which is the 3 R's, which are, I'm going to forget about them now. Boom, 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 brain frozen. Let me take a peek. Reminder, routine, and reward. Reminders, routine, and reward. Triggers, what reminds us to behave in a certain way or to run a certain pattern. What triggers us. Our routine, something happens, a sight, a sound, a smell, an activity, a person, a place, a thing, triggers us, and then we go into our routine or our pattern of behavior, our automatic behavior, which sometimes is a good positive habit, sometimes it's a negative habit. Maybe there's certain friends that you always go out drinking with or out to the bars with. Maybe there's other friends that you always work on work projects with, and those people actually become triggers for certain routines and behaviors that you automatically behave. Some good, some bad, some neutral, doesn't matter. And then finally, reward. What is the reward of the behavior that we're having? Every single thing that we do as human beings, whether we believe it or not, and even if it seems bad to other people on the surface, we do for the feeling of pleasure or to escape pain. So if we're a drug addict, we're a drug addict because we think that taking drugs at the time and escaping our life is more pleasurable and less painful than dealing with and living our life. That's a really simplified explanation, but I think you get the idea. So we talked about different ways to beat habits and substitute good habits, and you could listen to that on Supersize Your Business page on Facebook or wherever else I've shared it, which is all over the place. And then for our final lesson, we rated the different areas and aspects of our life. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, contribution, confidence, and communication I added this year in April. And we just rated them on a scale of 1 to 10. Hey, how do I feel about this now? And I actually did that. And then I went back and I looked at my day 5. Because on day 5 is the first time we rated these areas and aspects of our life. So we can see if there was any change. And I was actually surprised to find that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the areas actually had a change in them, which is, it means I must have, done a lot of stuff to make progress this month. Or maybe it's the cumulative effect of the things that I've been doing all for a year plus now, a year and a half now, year and 8 months, doing the challenge on and pretty much every other month basis. It's sort of slipped into an every other month time frame, not not intentionally, but I think after doing it for 30 days, I kind of need a break to let things ruminate and continue and move forward and make progress in the areas I've worked on. Give other people that opportunity too. I would imagine that in October, let's see, it's August, September, October we'll do it again, and probably in December. I'm not guaranteeing it. Other things might come up that are a higher priority, but I'm liking doing it. I get some rewards and some satisfaction out of doing the challenge, as well as making progress toward my own personal goals and objectives in each of these areas and aspects of my life. So when you find something that works, you keep doing it. So I'll probably keep doing the Get Up and Go challenge, at least through the end of the year, and then we'll see what will 2022 hold. Who knows? 2020, I never knew I was going to even do it at the beginning of the year, then started doing it. 2021 felt worse than 2020, if you can believe that, at the beginning of the year. So I thought, okay, I got to keep doing this. And we'll see how 2022 shapes up and how it feels. I'm doing some different things. I think I've already got my annual challenge picked out, something very different than what I've done in the past. I think it's very different, which is what's exciting about doing an annual challenge. Our annual challenge today was about knowing enough. They know enough who know how to learn. So if you know how to learn, you can figure out, and you know enough to create and be and do and have whatever you want in your life. And so our challenge was to think about something that we want to know today, and then how are we going to go about finding it out. All of us, almost all of us, have access to the internet nowadays. If you're listening to me, you obviously have access to the internet. So anything we need or want or desire to know about is at our fingertips, right? You can, whatever you're curious about, whatever you're interested in, and our spectrums run the gamut in as far as human beings go. You can just go online and look it up. You can ask a friend. There's so many different ways to find out what you want to know. If you know how to learn, you can create anything in your life. If you are curious, you can create whatever you want in your life. Just be curious and be willing to learn, and go look for the answers. Ask the questions, and the answers will find you. So that is a quick summary, quick synopsis of what I am working on today. Up way too late last night, and have a cold. So does my baby granddaughter, so that kept all of us up a little bit later than usual. But I'll catch up, and I'll keep taking cold medicine, because colds last 2 weeks, whether you take medicine or not. So I say snuff out the symptoms so I can continue to fly through and do the things that I want to do. And if you've got any questions, if you're working on something either offline or offline that you're struggling with, if you tried to find the answer, I say at least I've tried to find the answer before you ask me, or I will point you to the very obvious direction of where you look to find the first answer to the question that you're stuck on. Otherwise, ask, because I'm sure I've asked myself many of the same questions that you're thinking or asking yourself and been stuck on. And I learned early on when I came to the online world that, you know, in corporate America, it was easy because you automatically had a team of experts in each different area and aspect of a business that you could go to. If I had a computer question or a computer problem or a system problem, I just went to the IT department. If I had a maintenance question or a maintenance problem, I went to the maintenance department. If I had an electrical problem, electrical department. Safety or security, safety department. Sanitation question, sanitation department. Finance question, finance department. Sales question, sales department. Whole team of experts at our fingertips to help us with things. When you have your own business, you have to create that team of resources and experts to help and support you, so that when you have questions, you can ask them. Sometimes easier said than done, but not really. It's just a matter of asking. So start to create your own network of people that will support you and help you whenever you have a question. I have people now that I can call when I have a silly computer question. If I can't find the answer by Googling it or YouTubing or searching it myself, and I've worked on figuring it out and tried everything I could think of, and I can think of a lot of things now because I've had a lot of mistakes that I've had to figure out over the years. If I can't figure it out in like an hour, I'm gonna message somebody and say, okay, have you seen this before? What are you doing about it? When it comes to other people's platforms, I have found that sometimes you don't have to ask the question, you just wait and tomorrow it's gonna work. Facebook, nobody's gonna answer your question on Facebook if you can't find it by searching. And chances are, if you're just experiencing the problem, it's a new algorithm or a new process that they're rolling out that's just rolled out to their 2+ billion people over time. And maybe you can find an answer because somebody else has experienced it first. But a lot of times you have to figure out a different way of doing something on the platform now. About every 2 months, it seems like that happens on Facebook. And the other Platforms are the exact same way. It's just a matter of figuring it out. Sometimes you just have to wait till tomorrow, and the problem, they either go back to the way they did it before, or the problem rights itself. Other times, I've had to battle for 2 weeks trying and figuring out different ways of doing things. It's just the nature of the beast. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure it out. So, that was all about if you got a question, ask. Remember, if you've got a question, ask. And as you're asking, keep figuring it out, because chances are every time you ask the question, you'll figure it out before anyone even comes to your rescue and answers the question. Because chances are you already know inside what to do. You just are for some reason not feeling confident or that you should just do it. Sometimes we just need to do it. All right, I'm rambling. Have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow just to update on what I'm doing now as I make my transitions back and forth in and out of the online world. What's working, what's not. And I guess I got to come up with a theme or decide I'm going to keep talking about changes and challenges through September, but I'm not really feeling more changes and challenges in September. Sometimes I need a little break to just ruminate and work on the things I'm doing in the SOAP framework, in the different areas and aspects of my life. I've got some training and some coaching and things that I'm doing that I want to focus on more in September. So I'll probably take a break from that and do something else for Supersize Business. All right, catch you tomorrow.